friends, and welcome to young Nal'ibali Storytellers. Have you ever wondered what it would be like if animals could talk and what they might say? In today's story, a little boy is helped out by friendly animals. Come, let's find out what they have to say.
Once upon a time, there was a boy named Tsecho. Tsecho was very curious and just a little bit mischievous. He loved to explore the world and he asked tons of questions. Mom, can animals hear what we say? Mom, can animals speak? Mom, why don't animals ever respond? He went on and on and on until his mom told him to go play outside. When Tsecho went outside, he sat next to his cat Frisky. He looked at Frisky and Frisky looked back. But it looked as if Frisky had something to say.
I wish I could talk to you and that you could talk to me too, Frisky, said Tsecho. But Frisky just meowed and turned his back on Tsecho. Tsecho gave a big sigh. He wondered what it would be like if animals could talk. Then instead of dogs barking, cats meowing, and birds chirping, they'll be able to talk and say exactly what they wanted. Tsecho chuckled at thought and knew that this would never happen. Tsecho got such a fright when he heard his name, but it was just Mom standing at the door. She was wearing her colorful outdoor hat. Then Tsecho remembered that they were going camping.
Tsecho, have you packed everything you need? Mom asked. Yes, I finished packing last night, Tsecho smiled. Then let's go, said his mom. I can see that your dad is loading the last things into the car. Tsecho knew that camping would be fun. He was curious to find out all about the animals that lived around the campsite. The family got into the car, and as they drove along, Tsecho counted down the minutes until they arrived at the campsite. The campsite was beautiful. It was surrounded by trees, and Tsecho could not wait to explore this new place.
Dad, can I go collect some sticks for the campfire while you set up the tent? That's a good idea, Tsecho, but don't go too far. I don't want you getting lost amongst all the trees. Okay, shouted Tsecho as he ran off to find some sticks. But because Tsecho was so curious and a little bit mischievous, he wandered deeper and deeper into the forest without even realizing it. He looked under the leaves, behind the rocks, and up at the trees to see all the animals that lived there. Once Tsecho had collected a big pile of sticks, he looked around and realized he was lost.
By now, all the trees looked the same, and Tsecho was certain that he was not going to get back to the campsite. Soon it became very dark, and there was no moon in sight. Poor Tsecho sat down, pulled his knees across his chest, and began to cry. He cried and cried. Then suddenly he heard a voice. 2 voices, actually. When he looked up, he saw a beautiful horse and an owl with big round eyes. What's the matter? Why are you crying, young man? The owl asked.
Tsecho could not believe his ears. Had the owl really just spoken to him? You can talk, Tsecho stammered. The owl chuckled. Of course you can talk. Now please tell us, why are you out here all alone in the dark? I got lost while collecting sticks for a campfire, said Tsecho. You must be starving, said the horse. Tsecho's stomach growled in agreement. Wait here and I'll fetch you something to eat. At that, the horse trotted off. The owl stayed and kept Tsecho company. The horse returned carrying a branch with big red apples. Tsecho hungrily munched 2 apples and then felt much better.
Now, I think I saw your parents that way, said the horse. Come, ride on my back and I'll take you to them. Tsecho climbed onto the horse's back and the owl flew up onto his shoulder. Together, they set off through the trees. Soon, they arrived at the campsite. Tsecho jumped off the horse's back and thanked both animals for their help. Will I ever see you again, he asked. Maybe, said the owl. And with that, both animals disappeared back into the trees. Mom! Dad! Tsecho shouted as he ran to give them a big hug. Tsecho's parents looked worried. I'm sorry I was gone for so long, but I got lost. Luckily, a beautiful horse and a kind owl brought me back to you. Did you know that animals could talk?
Tsecho could not stop talking. His mom and dad were so happy to see him that they just smiled at each other and gave Tsecho another hug. A few days later, it was time to go home. As soon as they arrived, Tsecho ran to find Frisky. Hello, Frisky. Did you miss me? Tsecho asked. Frisky stretched and gave a soft meow. I know your secret, Frisky, and when you are ready, you can talk to me. Frisky rubbed his head against Tsecho's arm and then crawled into his lap. And Tsecho knew that Frisky understood every word he said.
It's time to get story active. Do you understand us when we speak to you? Do you think animals understand us when we speak to them? Choose any animal. Now write down 2 questions you would ask it if it could talk. Would love to hear your answers. Share them with us on Facebook at Nal'ibali SA. Bye for now.
Nal'ibali.